Yo guys, what is up? It's Teach here, coming at you again with another video over on Ark Survival Ascended, and you can see on the middle right of my screen right now, I get, and this is a very nice graphics card, 3090 Ti. It's not the newest series, but I mean, this is not a slob graphics card by any means. This is a fantastic graphics card, and I am still only getting in my 30s FPS. Now in this video, I'm going to show you the settings that you can change to crank that easily. Now, assuming you don't care too much about how the game looks, you can get it well above 150 FPS, so multiply it by basically 5. So you're literally getting 5 times the graphics and frames per second. And it's not very difficult to do. It's just knowing what settings you're going to enable, right? So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do that real quick, and then we'll kind of go from there. If you don't mind, smash that like button, leave a comment below for the algorithm, and consider subbing to the channel. I'm getting close to 100K, and that's kind of been my dream all along. So yes, it looks very pretty like this, but most people have extreme issues running the game like this. So there's a few settings that we're going to go ahead and change, and you'll see an instant tick in FPS, and you can choose to pick and choose which of these settings you actually want to keep, and we'll kind of go from there. So essentially, you're going to use your command console or whatever you want to use in order to enable commands. Now, there's a few things we're going to turn off. The first few things are clouds and fog. So you're going to go R volumetric cloud 0. That's going to turn off the clouds, and you'll see an instant boost. And then you're going to turn on the volumetric fog, and that's going to be another instant boost. And now, instead of sitting in the 30s, we're sitting anywhere from 40 to 50, so we just gained 10 to 15 frames per second, right? So let's say that's, I mean, if you're okay with that, cool, stick with that, right? Now let's say you want to go to another layer, right? So what you then do is we're going to turn off water. Now, yes, it adds a little bit of frames per second, but it also causes the water to disappear, which can be frustrating for some people. Now, you can always turn that back on. Any of these you can turn back on by hitting 1 at the end of them, by the way. And then we're going to go ahead and turn off grass. Now, this one is a massive one. It takes a second to load, by the way, because all this grass is being rendered in, and it's very difficult to render all of that stuff. So once it actually goes through the whole process, you'll see it slowly removing the grass as we go. And that's going to increase our FPS again once it actually goes through the process. You can see that it's going now, slowly but surely. Here we go. All right, so it's actually increasing as we're watching it, right? It's going into the 50s now, and it'll take a second for all the grass to go away, by the way. It just takes a little bit of time in order for that to happen, but it will. And once it does, we're going to crank up that graphics even higher. So we're sitting at 50 right now, and we still have grass that's unloading itself, right? So now we're at a point where we've got some pretty decent stuff going on here. Now there's a few other things that we can do, right? So we're going to go ahead and turn off show instance foliage, and you can immediately get like there you go, like a 30 FPS boost, and that's just going to show you anything that's nearby. Turn off the trees, but a lot of people don't like that, so we'll leave that turned on, right? Just showing you what you can do. But what we're going to do is instanced static meshes. Now turning that off is essentially going to get rid of things in the distance, and it's going to give us another few FPS, and we're up to the mid 50s right now. And again, like, these are just basic commands that we're doing in order to change how it looks a little bit, right? We can also turn off show instance grassed, and I mean, we already turned that off, so it shouldn't change anything, but if you want to be able to toggle that, you can hit that command. All right, so without changing a single setting inside of our actual video card settings, which are still on Epic, we have actually increased almost double our FPS, right? We're sitting in the mid 50s right now. Now, if you want to go even higher, right, we can go to video. And if you want to get into the epic ranges, go ahead and click on low, right? Turn off your light bloom once you get to that. And then you can kind of leave all of the other stuff here. I'm going to drop that to medium, and then that should be just fine. We're going to click save, and it's going to go through, and we'll have to even go to the main menu to get these effects to change. But notice how, yes, it's not the prettiest, right? But you're going to be functioning at well into the hundreds. We're sitting at 110 consistently right now. And yes, that's pretty awesome. So if I was to back out, I'm going to go to main menu right now, and then I'm going to come back into the game, and I'm going to show you, because it's basically got to update some things. Let's go ahead and hit the island, play, yes, don't care. And then we're going to be sitting at an even higher FPS because we've essentially gone back into the regular game and changed our settings. And here we go. So I want you to notice that we started this video and we were sitting right around 30. Right now I'm sitting at 170. Yeah, so it's not the prettiest, right? But if you're playing PvP and stuff like this, or if you're just your computer's struggling, these are some settings that you can tinker with in order to change how you're actually getting your FPS and lower the load on your graphics card. So Yes, there are some small things that we can change in order to make it look prettier, right? But we don't need to. The point is that we can do any of those in combination that will make your computer run faster or work better on the FPS scale. That's what we're going for. So 130 minimum is looking like 120s-ish, and we're holding that one running and moving around. That's pretty solid, right? Because we're loading a ton in still, and we're doing a lot inside this game. And if I just go into GCM mode, it'll load things as I go, but it's basically going to just prevent things from loading too far away. And yes, it's not the prettiest, but it gets the job done. So we've essentially found a way to get our FPS from the mid 30s to upper 100s, middle 100s, I suppose. So anyways, hopefully this video helps you out. If you don't mind, smash that like button, leave a comment below for the algorithm, and consider subbing to the channel. All right, teach.